Chapter 9. Abimelech, son of Gideon, went to the city of Shechem, where all his mother's relatives lived. He asked them to speak to the men of Shechem. What do you prefer, to be ruled by the 70 sons of Gideon, or by one single man? Remember that Abimelech is of your own blood. Then his mother's relatives spoke to the men of Shechem about this, and they decided to follow Abimelech because he was their relative. They gave him 800 grams of silver taken from the temple of Baal-berith. With that silver, Abimelech hired some worthless men to follow him. Abimelech went to his father's house in Aphrah, and there, on a single stone, he killed his 70 brothers, the sons of Gideon. But Jotham, the youngest son, hid himself and was not murdered. Then all the men of Shechem and Beth Millo gathered at the sacred tree in Shechem and made Abimelech their king. When Jotham heard about it, he climbed to the top of Mount Gerizim and shouted to them, "Men of Shechem, listen to me, and God will listen to you." Once the trees decided to look for a king to rule them, so they said to the olive tree, "Be our king." But the olive tree replied, "To govern you, I would have to stop giving my oil, which honors the gods and humans." Then the trees said to the fig tree, "Come be our king." But the fig tree answered, "To govern you, I would have to stop giving my sweet fruit." Then the trees said to the vine, "Come be our king." But the vine replied, "To govern you, I would have to stop giving my wine, which brings joy to gods and humans." Then all the trees said to the thorn bush, "Come be our king." And the thorn bush replied, "If you truly want to make me your king, come and take shelter under my shade. If not, fire will come out from me and burn the cedars of Lebanon." Were you sincere and honest when you made Abimelech king? Did you treat Gideon and his family properly, giving them what they deserved? Remember that my father fought for you. He risked his life to save you from the Midianites. But today, you are against my father's family, killed his 70 sons on a single stone. Then you made Abimelech, the son of his slave woman, king of Shechem. You did this only because he is your relative. Now, if what you have done today to Gideon and his family was honest and sincere, then be happy with Abimelech, and let him be happy with you. But if not, may fire come from Abimelech and burn the men of Shechem and Beth Millo. And may fire come from the men of Shechem and Beth Millo and burn Abimelech. Then Jotham fled and lived in Beer, because he was afraid of his brother Abimelech. Abimelech ruled over Israel for 3 years. Then God caused hostility between Abimelech and the men of Shechem, and they rebelled against him. This happened so that Abimelech and the men of Shechem, who had helped him kill the 70 sons of Gideon, would pay for their crime. The people of Shechem placed men in hiding on the mountaintops to ambush and kill Abimelech. They robbed everyone who passed along that road, and Abimelech heard about it. Gol, son of Ebed, went with his brothers to Shechem, and the men of the city trusted him. They went into their fields, gathered grapes, made wine, and held a feast. Then they entered the temple of their god, ate, drank, and cursed Abimelech. Then Gol said, "Why are we being ruled by Abimelech? What kind of men are we, the men of Shechem, and who is he? He's the son of Gideon, yet Zebul takes orders from him. Why should we be ruled by him? Be loyal to your ancestor Hamor, father of Shechem." If I were the leader of this people, I would drive Abimelech out. I would say, "Since your army is so great, then come out and fight." Zebul, the governor of the city, was very angry when he heard what Gol had said. So he sent messengers to Abimelech in Arumah to tell him, "Gol, son of Ebed, and his brothers have come to Shechem and are stirring up the city against you. So do the following. During the night, you and your men should go out and hide in the fields. At sunrise, get up and attack the city by surprise. When Gol and his men come out to fight, strike with all your strength." So Abimelech and all his men went out at night and hid outside Shechem, divided into 4 groups. Gol got up and went to the city gate. Then Abimelech and his men came out of hiding. When Gol saw them, he said to Zebul, "Look, people are coming down from the mountains." "They're not people," Zebul replied. "They are just shadows of the mountains. Look, there are people coming down right in front of us, and one group is coming from the sacred tree." "Where is your boasting now?" said Zebul. "Wasn't it you who asked why we should serve Abimelech? These are the men you mocked. Go now and fight them." So Gol led out the men of Shechem and fought Abimelech. Abimelech attacked him, and Gol fled. Many were wounded and fell all the way to the city gate. Then Abimelech returned to Arumah, and Zebul drove Gol and his brothers out of Shechem. The next day, the people of Shechem went out into the fields, and Abimelech was told about it. So he divided his men into 3 groups and set them in ambush in the fields. When he saw the people coming out of the city, he attacked and killed them. Abimelech and his group rushed forward and took control of the city gate. The other 2 groups attacked the people in the fields and killed all of them. Abimelech fought the people of the city all that day, captured the city, and killed its inhabitants. Then he destroyed the city and scattered salt over it. When the leaders of the Tower of Shechem heard about it, they all fled to the stronghold of the temple of Baal-berith for safety. But Abimelech heard they were there, so he went up Mount Zamon with his men. He took an axe, cut off a branch, and put it on his shoulder. He told his men to hurry and do what he had done, so each of them cut a branch. Then they followed Abimelech and piled the branches against the stronghold. Then they set fire to the branches and burned the stronghold with all the people inside. All the people of the Tower of Shechem died, about 1,000 men and women. Then Abimelech went to Thebez, surrounded the city, and captured it. In Thebez there was a strong tower. All the men, women, and leaders of the city ran into it. They shut the doors and went up to the roof. Abimelech advanced, attacked the tower, and came up to the entrance to burn it. But a woman threw a millstone on his head and cracked his skull. Then he quickly called the young man who carried his weapons. "Draw your sword and kill me. I don't want them to say I was killed by a woman." So the young man drew his sword and killed him. When the Israelites saw that Abimelech was dead, they all returned home. In this way, God punished Abimelech for the crime he had committed against his father, the murder of his 70 brothers. And God also made the men of Shechem suffer for their wickedness. So what Jotham, son of Gideon, had said in his curse came true? Chapter 10. After Abimelech, Tola, son of Puah, and grandson of Dodo, came to deliver the people of Israel. He was from the tribe of Issachar and lived in the city of Shamir, in the hill country of Ephraim. Tola was leader of Israel for 23 years. Then he died and was buried in Shamir. After him came Jar from the land of Gilead. Jar was a leader of Israel for 22 years. He had 30 sons who rode 30 donkeys. His sons had 30 cities in the region of Gilead. They are still called the cities of Jair to this day. Jair died and was buried in Kaman, and once again, Israelites sinned against the Lord God. They worshipped the god Baal of various cities, the goddess Ashtoreth, and also the gods of Syria, Sidon, Moab, Ammon, and the Philistines. They abandoned the Lord and stopped worshipping him. Then he became very angry with the Israelites and let them fall into the hands of the Philistines and the Ammonites. That same year, they defeated the Israelites and enslaved them. For 18 years they enslaved all the Israelites who lived in Gilead, east of the Jordan River, in the land of the Amorites. The Ammonites also crossed the Jordan River to fight against the tribes of Judah, Benjamin, and Ephraim. And so Israel was in great distress. Then the Israelites cried out to the Lord God, praying like this: "Our God, we have sinned against you, because we left you and worshipped the gods of the Canaanites." And the Lord replied, "In the past, the Egyptians, the Amorites, the Ammonites, the Philistines, the Sidonians, the Amalekites, and the Maonites enslaved you, and you cried out to me for help, and I saved you. But even so, you abandoned me and worshipped other gods. Therefore I will no longer help you. Now go and cry out to the gods you have chosen. Let them help you when you are in trouble."
Ow.
But the people of Israel answered, "Indeed, we have sinned. Do to us whatever you think is right, but please save us today." Then they threw away their foreign gods and worshipped the Lord God, and he had compassion on them because of the suffering they were going through. Then the Ammonite army came and camped at Mizpah, and the leaders and the people of Gilead agreed that the man who would lead the Israelites in the fight against the Sintiess, the Ammonites, would become the head over all the inhabitants of Gilead.